slip by the dirty comedian thing, but honestly, you call yourself a comedian, but you don't do it that much. Like, I go fishing a couple times a year, but I don't introduce myself on TV as a fisherman.
This is really personal for a concept about abstinence. I'm saying the whole point is that...
Oh, you got hurt there. There wasn't even a... You didn't even clap back. You didn't even clap back. Well, it's getting kind of personal. Thought we were talking about abstinence here. What? No, I can do it. I said Copernicus, Canada Dry, you know. All right, let's take a trip down memory lane.
It helps form a bond stronger than something really strong. I speak not of polydent, but of abstinence. At least according to a young...
Oh my God, it's Gutfeld. I didn't even know that was Gutfeld. I didn't know who you were. I was just like, this is just a deeply, deeply unfunny dude.
At least according to a young man named Steven Crowder. Who's he? Who argues in his latest column that abstinence is kind of awesome. Crowder muses on why abstinence remains a punchline despite offering plenty of benefits to being friends without benefits. Forget that abstinence leads to approximately 0 STDs or studies that show, at least in successful marriages, it's the unbeatable bond of trust that's the real prize.
Like, Gutfeld is such strange levels of cringe, because it's like, it's just this bizarre kind of nightmare, like, what if the Nazis had won the war, what would TV be like kind of persona, where it's like, it's bereft of any talent, comedy, anything resembling artistic merit, but yet it exists. Yeah, like, it is by definition an entertainer doing a show. Like, you can't say that it's not. This is in fact a show.
Yes, says Crowder, there's no more worrying about your significant other cheating on you because partners can be supremely confident in their respective self-control, unlike the inventors of the new South American butt dance.
I'm sorry, Gutfeld, what is wrong with this? Why are you all such squares? It's like, oh, and now allow us to reveal the strangest of things, the twerk. Look at the twerking. Yes, look. Different from the form of dance that I participate in.
That is an injury.
That is just
that
unusual.
is not
I think you got a
acceptable.
concussion.
That'll put me off sex forever. Steve, here's my question. It's admirable.
Why?
When do you stop? When do
Why?
you stop with the...
Wait, have you never done anything close to this? What? Have you never just fucking danced with someone silly and smashed asses into each other? Bumped your face into someone's ass? What are you saying? What? Why was that weird? Oh God.
the abstinence? How will you know it's time?
Well, once you have a ring on your finger, obviously. The only way to know for sure is once you're married. And of course, people know I'm a Christian. This column is not at all pushing faith in anybody. It's just talking about the actual benefits. If you really want to argue for abstinence, you can stop the argument and be abstinent, don't get sick and die.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can say from personal experience that it does build a bond of trust. Constantly you hear women, how often do you hear, well, don't you trust me? It's like, no, you slept with me on the first date. So of course I don't trust you.
It's that old thing like when joining...
Oh, I can tell why this is such a juicy tidbit that's making its rounds on the internet again right now. Because, whoa, we watched this whole thing, but now the context is completely different.
club that would let me into that club.
Right.
You know, it's, you know, she's going to sleep with me, then she'll sleep
Usually
with
because I'm
anybody.
Canadian, they won't let me in.
Yeah.
Except for Canadian Club Ginger Ale.
Amy, do you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, but
I'm sorry, what? Who laughed? Who? Show yourself. Who laughed? He's just saying things out loud. The bar can't be on the floor. That's not a bit. You can't just say things out loud. Yes, Canadian ginger ales is a real thing that exists. Canada Dry. Okay.
But also, you know, if I sleep with a guy on the first date, usually if a guy holds my hand, he's going to wind up. So here's the thing.
Oh, that was very loud.
I don't think that women should use sex as a bargaining chip, and a lot of them do. If I want to sleep with someone, I do it, and I am a monogamous slut. Can I say that on air?
I think you can.
Great.
That's not what we're worried about.
But what I'm saying is, I have a higher risk of disease. I also have a much higher risk of fun.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is to prove my point by saying that, you know, you don't think it should be used as a bargaining tool.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as, you know, the kind of point of the column is that abstinence is the one taboo issue regarding sex. I mean, it's like, oh, be a dirty stand-up comic. You're cracking new ground there, Copernicus. But once you talk about abstinence, everyone all of a sudden, they put you, like, right now, we have to talk about it. Because who is this kid who's talking about abstinence who, you know...
Well, it's who's this kid who's, you know, 23. You don't know who you're going to be sexually yet. So to talk about it with such authority and arrogance...
I don't know who I'm going to be what?
You don't know who you're going to be sexually yet. You're going to be into really weird things in about a decade.
Oh, I have no...
So true. So true. You don't know anything about yourself. You don't know anything about your sexual desires if you've never had sex before. Again, why do you want to do that on the wedding day? It's so fucking medieval. Well, like, do you want to see someone naked for the first time and be like, ah, so this is... This is what the next 60 to 80 years is going to be. Okay, yeah, there are parts I could work with. I like that part there. Not too fond of that other one, but that one there. Okay, we can. Yeah. Okay, all right. Let's try this out.
No doubt. I have no doubt. Yeah.
Trust me. And the thing is, it doesn't.
But I really do want to do.
But there should be no confidence. And you know, you slip by the dirty comedian thing. But honestly, you call yourself a comedian, but you don't do it that much. Like I go fishing a couple times a year, but I don't introduce myself on TV as a fisherman.
Wow. It's not really personal for a concept about abstinence. I'm saying
No,
the whole
but what
point
I'm saying
is
is
that.
Oh, you got hurt there. There wasn't even you didn't even clap back. You didn't even clap back. Well, it's getting kind of personal. Thought we were talking about abstinence here. What? No, I can do it. I said Copernicus, Canada Dry, you know.
Someone can get up on stage, we even talk about it in the column, and talk about anything dirty that they want. But the second you mention abstinence, people, they pucker with discomfort. Like, oh, no, we can't talk about this. And you're vilified as judgmental. Statistically, it's the healthiest thing to do. It is conducive towards a better marriage by a 25%.
So, oh, sorry. I'm going to let him finish here.
Comfort, like, oh, no, we can't talk about this. And you're vilified as judgmental. Statistically, it's the healthiest thing to do. It is conducive towards a better marriage by a 25% spread, both physically.
It only takes that one person, though, and there is no.
Sag. I don't know if the stat is true at all. I have no idea. Based on the fact that it's Steven Crowder, I'm going to assume it's not. But even then, I guess he's not contributing to it anymore. Would probably be the reality of this.
Oh, there's no contract that the person's not going to cheat on you because they're abstinent. She could fall in love with somebody else.
Well, actually, there is a contract. That's what a marriage is.
It's a contract that more than 60% of people break.
No, actually, that's not true. Actually, if you even look at the new U.S. Census Bureau statistics, more than 70% of first-time marriages last.
Okay, but then the guy goes off and sleeps.
What's the percentage of first-time marriages that last? There are no reliable statistics on the prevalence of divorce within the first year of marriage. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, data from 2011 to 2015 suggests that 22% of the first marriages end within the first 5 years due to divorce, separation, or death. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Divorce rate in America. Living in America. The current divorce rate in the U.S. is 2.3 persons per 1,000 people. Divorces, blah, blah, blah. U.S. divorce rate is the third highest in the world. Wow. The crude divorce rate in America is 2.3 per 1,000. Recent divorce rates suggest a decrease in the number of people who are dissolving their marriage. More people in the U.S. were married in 2021 than in 1960. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, isn't there just more humans, though, too? Around 630,000 divorces took place in the U.S. in 2020. During the peak of COVID, the number of divorces fell by 12%. Remarriage increases the risk of divorce. Oh, wow. There's a seasonal spike in divorces in the U.S. More people file for divorce between January and March than any other time of the year. Oh, so is that when couples have the hardest time? On average, 29 out of 1,000 divorce. I wonder if this has anything to do with the patterns surrounding what takes place in society. There'd be so much to unpack here, like, post-December financial crunch that comes from all the shopping and credit cards and the stress that could put onto your relationship and stuff like that. On average, 29 of 1,000 divorced or widowed women decide to get married for the second time. Divorce rates vary dramatically from state to state. The average length of a marriage in the U.S. is 19.9 years. Likelihood of divorce might be less than you think. Okay. Here's the kicker. Many people believe the figure is around 50%. However, the actual percentage of marriages that end in divorce in the U.S. varies between 40 and 50%. That means you're more likely to stay married and then dissolve your marriage. This is good news. Well, I mean, not for everyone.
With a young boy.
Well,
good.
Yeah, like,
you guys stayed married, but then there's infidelity.
Well, once you bring out the statistics that guys are running around rampantly sleeping with young boys.
First of all, I'm not a boy. I know I have characteristics as such.
All I'm saying is yes, you're right. Of course, it is way safer to not have sex, but yeah, but if you have sex with one person, maybe they've had sex with one person. It only takes that one. I've probably had sex with, I don't know, a baker's 2 dozen, you know, and I'm fine.
Mike Baker? Sex with Mike Baker? He is happily married. He is thus proving your point.
He's hot. All I'm saying is not cheating with your contract.
You're abstinent, but not by choice.
No.
This is so painful.
He's bought me some absinthe because we've been practicing abstinence, but you bought absinthe for us to share.
I thought it would lighten the mood and maybe get you naked by choice. The fact that really the only taboo left is this.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing less that'll get your shock factor up.
Yeah, no, it's true. And also, you know what? Your mom always said.
This is like, This is, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's a Fox News show. This plays right into Fox News making issues out of nothing all the time. I've never heard a single person be like, yeah, you know who's really a freak? Those abstinence people. Yeah, it's the forbidden fruit, the final taboo. You know, waiting sometimes 20 years to finally have that first moment of penetration and then instant ejaculation. Yeah, oh my, yeah. Let me tell you.
Imogen, your mom always said, if you want respect, don't put out.
Exactly.
So there is, I mean, it's something that's handed down, and until you have kids, you might find yourself saying
Laughs
that.
an asexual.
I do put it in my book.
Yeah, the
Around
Ace has
the
got
World,
this
and
one.
I do, on one level, talk a bit about abstinence, but more like, you know, a few dates. I'm not saying act like someone out of Jersey Shore if you want a, you know, long-standing relationship. I do put that top tip in my book, yeah.
That's the thing, like lack of abstinence is directly linked to really good abs. That's the problem.
That is a problem.
Yeah.
This is all so big, like just words are words, things are things. Hey, I said a thing that sounds like another thing. I'm from Canada, also Canada Dry. Abstinence, absinthe. It's another thing that has a thing that sounds like the thing inside the thing. Yeah. Ooh.
That is true.
I've got a beer gut.
Just be Amy Schumer in this one. Just be like, yes, that is a similar sounding sound. That sounds like the other thing we are talking about. And, yep, that is true.
I have to say, my last 3 relationships, which each lasted between 2 to 5 years, we slept with each other almost immediately. And it's because I knew that I wanted to be with them, you know?
Except
But why'd you kill them?
Except at the 5-year mark.
Yeah, but so what? At least
Canada Dry? I don't know. Canada Dry, ginger ale. Hey, 2 things.
Statistically, that's wrong. I mean, if you want to disregard stats, in fact,
statistically, what's wrong?
Statistically, 87% of people who wait until they're married are happier, and 52% aren't. And the same thing that you can look at the Social Organization of Sexuality. These are not Christian-funded
How do you have
studies.
statistics on people's happiness?
You tell them, are you happy?
Are
you
they,
emotionally
because they're at church
satisfied?
smiling?
No, you can say, are you emotionally satisfied in your marriage? Yes, no. By 25% spread, both spouses who are virgins, yes.
I'm not married. I'm abstinent now and happy. Do what you want. Leave people alone. Do what you want. Leave people alone. Yeah, and if people consensually want to do things with you, fucking awesome. And if you don't want to have to do anything with anyone else, also fucking awesome. Like, this whole... It should be really telling that there was videos by pundits on asexuals. That should be telling, right? Because in theory... Shouldn't that be abstinence to you? Isn't this what you're looking for? Asexuals are abstinent by choice, and they want to be. It's like that. Like, and as soon as that, it's like, but wait, are they abstinent because they are waiting for the covenant of God to bless them so that they can finally penetrate their wives and impregnate them? No, they're asexual because that's how they were born. Oh, okay, no, we got to police that too. Why? They're not doing the thing. Well, they're not doing the thing yet, but okay. So full disclosure. We're not totally against the whole sex thing. It's just that it's got to be after the covenant to God marriage and then for the sole purpose of procreation. And I mean, you know what's great? Sometimes you can get away with a couple freebies. Yeah, I know. I've ejaculated a couple times on my wife and she didn't get pregnant. We didn't have to worry about the whole pregnancy thing, blah, blah, blah. But then other times, yeah, you just got to have the kid. That's just, yeah, that's the way it works. I mean, it's the way God intended. This is natural. This is natural and healthy. You know what else is natural and healthy? Me telling you what to do with you and yours. Yeah, me trying to control your penis. That's natural and healthy, right? This is the way things should be.
Are you sexually satisfied in your marriage? Yes. Is it difficult
Lie.
for you to achieve orgasm?
Why would people have to be honest about
all
their
the
emotions?
sources are listed in the column. Every single source listed. These are things that have been used by McKinsey.
So he's been doing this his entire career. This is the Crowder 101. He always does this shit where he's like, all right, so Louder with Crowder, all the details are in there. Guess what, motherfucker? I've done the Louder with Crowder search. I've done that because I wanted to debunk you on so many different videos you've done. So you go into Louder with Crowder. If you're fortunate enough to be able to find the needle in the haystack, because it's just like, brrr, like link dump, not in any order, not with references, not with like, this is where you find this. And hypocrisy alert, I do that too sometimes on some videos where I just want to like dump the sources. Fair dues. But like when I do find the source, you lie. You lie. You manipulate what you were talking about. You'll use headlines or you'll use the summary. Like, oh, that pisses me off. Lauren Southern does the same thing. You don't go to the conclusion of the study. You go to the fucking introduction and the summary, and you use parts of that as if that was what the results of the study said. You can't do that. This is supposed to be able to explain to you what they're trying to observe. You can't take that line and then all of a sudden be like, well, according to this study, it says here that detransitioning could be a concern for many people. It's like, yes, that's in the introduction. That's not the conclusion. The conclusion says it has very, very low rates. Gender-affirming care is very low rates of people who seek to detransition. Very low rates. That's what you have to talk about.
What I'm saying is, who cares what they said? A lot of people say they have happy marriages, even in therapy, when they're miserable.
So the 25 points.
Marriage is such a random thing to attach with sex. I know. That's the weird and fucked up thing, you know? Like, you could be having sex. You could be having great sex. You could be having amazing sex. And all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to get married because we can get benefits from this. Don't you want to be on my healthcare plan? I do. All right, fine. Let's get married. Awesome. We love each other. Let's just do this. We get some benefits in society by doing this. It's the reason why so many people have fought to have the same rights as fucking heteronormative couples do. Because yeah, you can get on people's healthcare. You can get on their tax, that kind of shit. So that's why you do it. But then how does that like? Why is it that like that has to also do with your sex lives? Like now it's like, oh now we get to have sex. Yeah, we've signed a societal document that says that we should be able to receive health benefits from each other.
Right. It doesn't matter because only the people who will be lying would be the people who are abstinent.
I just don't know any happily married people.
Speaking of statistics,
I don't.
let's get back to my plight. What? Statistically, 100% of these women are not calling me back.
That is true.
Nobody's reading my column, if you catch my drift, Craig.
Yes.
So call me, ladies.
Yes, exactly. Maybe you should have done the column on abstinence.
Thank you.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And the headline would have been sad face.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry that got so heated. I just want
That
to say...
was good TV.
I just want
What heated? No, Amy. Oh man. See, it's only heated because you're with a bunch of snowflakes. Because you're in the snowflake hour. Because conservatives are fucking goddamn snowflakes. That's why it got heated. You were just making jokes. Like all you said is one little thing. Like Crowder fully did this weird ass fucking comment to you. You were in your full right to clap back. You clap back by being like, oh yeah, but unlike you, I'm an actual comedian. You know, like just because I say I'm a fisherman but fish once a year, that doesn't make me one. Yeah, sure. But I was like, that was a little jab. You're comedians. You should be able to jab back. You're not supposed to be there. I'm like, what are you done? Why would you say that? How could Fox, get her off. Can I speak to the manager? Like, why you do what? No. Just burn her right back. There you go. You have a full, there's a world of comedy to be had here. You're a sexist. You're a misogynist. You go well down those roads. Seems very easy, low-hanging fruit. You know, so talking about how she's a whore, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the Towers of Babylon, more like the spread legs of Babylon. It's easy. Just go there, you know? Come on.
say that I read the blog, and it did come across to me like you ended it by saying no judgments, but it definitely felt very judgmental.
Of course, and the column was written about the reaction from people like you who the second you talk about abstinence get upset. So thank you.
Well, people like me who are almost 10 years older than you and know what it's like to live life and not just have all these morals with no life experience.
Right, I had no life experience. That is true.
I'm sorry, but somebody who works a little bit of the Christian comedy circuit.
The Christian comedy circuit? What just happened?
No. The irony is...
I have to say, this is the longest debate we've ever had on Red Eye.
It is.
In almost 3.5 years.
The irony is they make a very sexy tune.
Yeah.
Really
I like
Almost as
Steven.
sexy as,
I think
Lloyd
he's
Long.
smart. No, I think you're smart, you're young.
I don't know
you're
this
great,
reference.
But I'm just saying...
Well, you were wrong on all those counts. I know those things.
This was all a ploy to pick you up, by the way.
Oh, I'm flirting. This is me flirting. Is it working?
She spat on me during the commercial break, which means
That's
she
my
likes
thing.
me.
That's what I do.
So, do you have a comment on the show? Email us. It's redeye@foxnews.com.
Ooh, what a terrible piece of history that I hope I never have to experience once again. Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form. Available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Juste, we shall spend many a generations building mighty cathedrals in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your oafish jesters, here to offer you a laugh at any opportunity. To our brave knights of the Round Table, Rachel K., Izzy Solidarity, Victoria Bell, Sebastian Demmel, Mark Harmon, Benji Arney, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood, Everything Important, Hegbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Doug Cady, Daniel Sutton, Jenna Tao, Dark Puppy, Quiet One 85, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, Multimondi, Trevbot EXE, Brian Ephraim, Anthropophojack, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Nkosin, Ralph Parler, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Todd Buckingham, and Todd La Jeunesse. We salute our valiant heroes off to fight injustice everywhere.